Absolute Wuthering Waves beginner guide. Everything you need to know in 6 minutes. All right, let's go.
What's good, guys? Wuthering Waves officially releases next week, and I'm sure a lot of you cannot wait to start playing. But before you get started, I created this ultimate...
No, I cannot wait because I didn't get to play it yet, and I'm really curious, but I'm also glad I didn't get to play because I want to play it fresh. Because playing something that's already been, like, closed beta, I hate... Okay, if you ever play regular Nintendo games, you would understand not having saves really sucks. So when you play a game that has a save, you don't want to have to start all over. Period. That's it. But, that being said, let's start watching this.
Beginner guide that explains all the basics of the game in an easy to understand format so that you aren't confused whatsoever when you start playing. So make sure to like this video so that you can refer back to it when the game comes out. First, let's talk about the basics. Every character has an element, and there are 6 elements in this game. You have Aero, Electro, Fusion, Glacio, Havoc, and Spectro.
Aero, manipulate air, okay. Fusion. Oh, so fusion's fire, pretty much. Fusion ability to apply heat and ignite. Glacio, ice, obviously. Havoc, ability to annihilate matter. Electro, ability to displace charges. And Spectra, ability to bind photons. Well then.
Each character also has a unique weapon type in this game, and there are 5 different weapon types. You have a sword, a broad blade, a gauntlet, pistols, and a rectifier. The one you might...
Rectifier. Why is it called rectifier? I'm always going to say this. You mean repository? Okay.
be confused about is a rectifier. Essentially, the rectifier is the mage type weapon of this game. So think about like casting spells from a book, catalyst from Genshin Impact. That's what the rectifier is. Next, every character has basic attacks. You have a normal attack string, you have a heavy attack, you have a mid-air attack string, you have a mid-air heavy attack, and you also have a dodge counter. A dodge counter is what happens when you perform a perfect dodge and do a basic attack. Your next basic attack will deal elemental damage and deal bonus damage when compared to your regular normal attack. That's what it does.
So basic normal type combat games where you have combos and different abilities or different like structure moves and stuff. So I mean, okay, basic type stuff. What else does it have?
There's 2 types of energy in this game. First, let's talk about Resonance Liberation Energy. Resonance Liberation is pretty much your character's ultimate ability, and Resonance Liberation Energy is gained when your on-field character hits a target with any of their attacks or resonance skill. This includes basic attacks, heavy attacks, mid-air attacks, intro skills, and activating your character's Forte Circuit ability. Please note that...
So Resonance Liberation is their ultimate. So Resonance Liberation Ultimate. Very simple. Okay, cool.
30% of the energy generated by your on-field character will be shared with the characters on your team. The second type of energy is Concerto Energy, and Concerto Energy is gained only by your on-field character and is gained whenever your character lands any attack or does a perfect dodge. Now you might be asking, what does the Concerto Energy do? Well, the Concerto Energy is necessary for your character's intro/outro skill. So every character has their own unique intro/outro skill that is automatically triggered when the on-field character's Concerto Energy is full and you swap to a different character. You can tell it.
So dodge, do basic attacks, then you could get intro and outro skills. Okay.
You can trigger an intro/outro skill by looking at the icon to the left of your character's health bar. When swapping with full Concerto Energy, the outro skill of the on-field character will be activated, and the intro skill of the character you are swapping to will be activated. You can also tell when you can trigger a party member's intro skill by this ring around their portrait, as well as this sound effect that you will hear.
Okay.
Intro/outro skills can vary depending on the character. Some deal damage, some provide healing, some provide crowd control, and some do a combination of all 3. Next, you have the Resonance skill. The Resonance skill is pretty much your character's basic ability. Think elemental skill, like it's pretty much their active ability. Next, you have Forte Circuit. Every character has a unique Forte Circuit.
My upload speed right now is horrible, Thunder Thighs. I don't understand why. So you're probably not going to see that for a while. But I'm going to probably restart the stream after this one anyway and see what happens.
Circuit that defines their playstyle. The Forte Circuit can be seen above your character's HP in the form of a gauge. The way the gauge is filled up and the way the gauge is used differs with each character, and understanding how your character's Forte Circuit works is key to unlocking their full potential. I covered a little bit of how the standard 5-star characters' Forte Circuits work in my previous video, telling you how to figure out which 5-star character you should roll for. So if you want to know what their Forte Circuits do, please check out that video. Next, you have Echoes. Echoes are essentially what you use to gear your character. After defeating a monster in combat, you can capture their echo, which you can then equip onto your character for additional buffs. Kind of.
You mean cooler looking Pokemon? You can collect Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon. It's gonna be cool.
Like Pokemon. You can even go shiny hunting in this game. Echoes are sorted into 4 classes, going from least to most rare. You have the Standard class, Elite class, Overlord class, and the Calamity class. Common Echoes are 1 cost, Elite class Echoes are 3 cost, and Overlord/Calamity Echoes are 4 cost. You will be able to equip 5 Echoes per character with a cost limit of 12. There are also different types of rarities for the Echoes that determine their max level. First you have the green rarity, which has a level 5 max. Then you have the blue rarity, which can be leveled up to level 10 max. Then you have the purple rarity, which can be leveled up to level 15 max. And then you have the gold rarity, which can be leveled up to level 20 max. Now,
okay, typical like a color-coded rarity and different stars, and you can level them up more depending on what rarity they are. That's pretty cool. And if I remember correctly, they also added their main stats. Like you equip your Pokemon to give you your main stats, and you also can equip one of them as an attack. So one of your attacks as you play just lets you use the Pokemon's ability / echo.
The unique thing about Echoes is that they can be equipped onto your character and used as an additional ability. These abilities can range from dealing damage, providing healing, providing crowd control, etc. Next, let's talk combat mechanics. First, let's go over the perfect dodge and dodge counter. So dodging at the perfect time will trigger a perfect dodge. In a perfect dodge, your character will take no damage, and their next basic attack will be a dodge counter. Dodge counters deal more overall damage, toughness damage, and generate more energy. Now you might be asking, what is toughness damage? So certain enemies, mostly bosses and elite monsters, will have a white bar under their health bar. This is
the most, yeah, pretty much you have to do parries and probably dodge counters. I think that's what he just said. I can't remember already. Anyway, to be able to break that toughness, or you do the opposite element, or specific units will have an ability that does toughness damage. Like all games have that, and so this is gonna be interesting.
Their toughness bar. Depleting their toughness bar will stun the enemy for a short time. You can wear down the toughness bar by attacking the enemy with an attack or parrying. If you played Sekiro, it's pretty much the posture bar in Sekiro. Now, how do you parry? Sometimes
the posture bar. Okay. I remember that Sekiro was a pain. If you're looking for a challenging game, play Sekiro. That is a really challenging game, a really good game.
You will see a golden circle appear when fighting an enemy. This indicates that the enemy's upcoming attack is parryable. Parry the attack by using a basic attack at the
golden circle.
Parrying deals a lot of toughness damage to the enemy.
Okay, I see it.
Entire attack. Now for team building, it is kind of too early to say what the strongest teams are in the game, but here are some rules to follow if you want to build a strong team at the start. So each team...
Let me guess. Tank, something that does defense, a healer, and a DPS, or a healer / support with a DPS and sub DPS. Let me guess. Is that right?
You can slot in 3 characters, and for the most part, you want to have a main DPS character and a healer on your team. That's already 2 slots. The last slot will be a flex spot.
And my upload speed's all messed up right now, so FYI, if it's glitchy, I'm sorry, but I have no control over that. It's just my internet's stupid.
But you most likely want to slot in a sub DPS character or a character that can provide off-field damage to help your main DPS character when they have cooldowns or if they're attacking on field. Now, your team comps can change depending on what echoes you have equipped. Maybe you have a healing echo equipped and maybe you don't need a healing character in your team. Then you can substitute that healing character for another damage character. Next, let's talk about co-op. There is co-op in Wuthering Waves. You can play with 2 friends at the same time, totaling 3 players per server. Each player can choose 1 character to play. You can invite players into your world and all your...
So you can invite 2 people into your world and play. That's really cool. So you can play with your friends. Not in that way. Okay, guys, get your mind out of the gutter.
All your items and world collectibles will be shared. This means that they can take resources from your world, so make sure you only invite people that you trust so that they don't take any resources that you might need. However, when you kill monsters, every player will get their own monster loot drops, so those are not shared. You can enter domains in co-op, but endgame content is single player only for now. And that's
in a long time, Grace Gamer. How are you?
That's about all you need to know to start the game. We covered the different
Concord.
elements, weapons, characters, echoes, and combat mechanics of the game so that you are all set and ready to go crazy when the game releases. If you like this video, make sure you let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content.
I will do.
Peace.
Peace. That was actually a good video. Absolute Wuthering Wave beginner's guide. Everything you need to know in 6 minutes. I mean, I made this video a little bit longer than 6 minutes. So, yeah. Go press like and subscribe to this guy. He actually looks like he just started and he's doing pretty good. This is a good video. I wish I knew how he got the footage, but hey, that's pretty cool.